So talk a little bit about ancillary businesses. I mean, I've heard you talk about different kinds of ancillary businesses. I think there are a couple of things that strike me every time I hear you talk about ancillary businesses. First is, what really is an ancillary business? And second is, what opportunity do ancillary businesses provide to people who may not be able to get into the business some other way? So that's kind of a two-part question. Sorry, that's not really fair to throw them both at you at once, but you got it.
Well, the first question was, what is an ancillary business, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the simplest response is an ancillary business is a non-plant touching business in the cannabis and hemp space. You know, that's normally what people are referring to. But like when people used to talk about it, I wasn't really clear what they were talking about. You say not plant touching, but does that mean that a person who creates apparatus through which you can consume plants, is that a non-plant touching business? So a designer who creates pipes, or a designer who creates trays, or that would be an ancillary business. But so too is a person who builds dispensaries, for cultivation. That's an ancillary business.
I think one of the things that struck me is that when you run a business of any kind, you need support. So if you've got a grow facility, that grow facility needs lights, it needs fans, it's other things other than seed and cultivation. It needs marketing, it needs sales, it needs business strategy. So it's those kind of things that really just flew right by me until you started talking about really, what do all of these businesses need to not just survive, but thrive? They need packaging. Yes. They need transportation. They need people talking about policy.
They need lawyers. They need people who understand genetics. They need people, who are simply PR people. They need people who run the gamut from every other industry. Those same people are needed, perhaps in different ways. But the idea is that you still have to understand how it is working in the market, in order to be most useful. You need HR people, not all HR people are the same, and frankly, if you look at our member highlight, you'll see an example of one type person. I mean, I, for one, assumed that a recruiter was a recruiter, that everybody worked in HR the same way, but that's not the case. So therefore, what that shows you is that the industry offers you an opportunity to create yourself in a different way. You don't have to do business as usual. That's not to say that you won't have to struggle, but you may really have an opportunity to appear as something brand new. And I think that our member focus is an example of that this month.